All right, 5 o'clock. Glad to have everybody. Missouri, Denver, loyal to a fault. It's not a fault if I help you make some money. I'm glad to have everybody. You guys ready to get started? Are we? All right. Looks like we got almost 100 people here already. All right. That's the end part. So we're going to start with the starting part. Oh, yes. Right up to that. I mean, we haven't been able to break through, right? 4,700. I said, if we broke through, we're going to go up. We couldn't break through. So we've been down for a couple of days. Not quite as far down as we were early in November, but we're still pulling back a little bit. Now, this is the S&P 500, as everybody knows. And if you're new to this, I use the S&P 500, and this is the futures for S&P 500 right here. I use the S&P 500 as my market gauge. It's like I watch this to get my market direction. Right now, we've been sideways for almost all of November, just hitting our head right up on this 1618 level. And that comes from the pullback we had, almost all of September. So what next, right? Well, let's flip over to big tech. NASDAQ futures. I use this to look at the NASDAQ. Why do I use futures? Because they don't make gaps in the charts, at least not very, very big ones. They trade almost 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're only closed Friday night until Sunday evening. And they reopen on Sunday, and they trade again all the way through till Friday. They will be closed on Wednesday this week. I mean, Thursday, Thanksgiving this week, and they'll close early on Friday this week. But we hit that 1618 target that I've been looking for weeks on NASDAQ at 16,600 level. We finally hit it, tried to push through it, got rejected right back down to it, and we've retraced. Now, I mentioned that this might be possible, and today we just about filled that hole. If we really zoom in here, we just try to zoom it up so we can see better. Today's bottom, the tail of the candle, came down almost all the way back to the 1272 level. That's almost perfect, what we would expect. And then it quickly started coming back up. So that's a really nice setup for it to break higher and continue on up. I really like that right there. So many people that are in Discord, if you subscribe to anything of mine, you can pretty much get in Discord now. I put in Discord that I had, if we rewind all the way back to October, I got into an Apple trade. I closed it out just before it took a nice big drop yesterday. Closed it out earlier in the day. We'll have to go down to an hourly chart here. I closed it out right up in here. And then we had a nice big pullback in Apple. Today, I'm getting back into an Apple trade. I flew out to December 23rd, went out to, let's just pop it up and look real quick. Jump into Discord. I have a Trader Talk channel. And I have to roll down here to the new ones. 135 since I last loaded this. All right, come on down to the bottom. It's market red. Come on, market red. There we go. Come on. It's not being, there we go. Got the little gripper. So this Apple right here. Here's the chart I posted into the Trader Talk. So if you need it for Echo Trades, go to the Telegram. If you're not in the Telegram, go into the members area. It's in there for profit, for market roadmap. It's in there for Echo Trades. It's in there for Knoxville Trade Club. Yeah. I got filled on this one right here. I got filled at $1.28. I bought 15 December 23rd, 172.50 calls. Paid $1.28 for them. I did it 3 accounts, 5 in each account. I posted that in here, and this is everybody and every different service I have gets access to this channel. I posted in there. It's not an Echo trade. It's not a roadmap trade. It's not a anything trade, except that I like this pattern right here. All right. So looks like Goose got in, GG got in. So I do share trades across everybody. So if you're in there for any, in any of my services, I do share this across, I share trades, but I do have specific trades for Echo Trades. I have specific trades for Knoxville Trade Club, and I have specific stuff for Market Roadmap. All right. Didn't get the Telegram link. Well, I'm not going to share it here, but it is in the Echo Trades channel. So if you're in the Echo Trades channel, it's right there in the channel, along with a video that you should watch on how to do it. All right. You'll have to roll back to, let's see, Echo Trades. Let me check it out here. Yeah, you'll have to go back a couple days. Yeah, on November 17th, the link for Discord is in the Echo Trades Telegram channel. About 6 or 7 messages back from the current. So if you missed it, roll back up in there. We had the last live session on November 17th, and then I had the Discord invite. So there you go, Joe. It's there. All right. Watch the video, though, that's posted right above it, the replay, and make sure you follow the directions. So anyway, this is my Apple setup right there. And the way I'm coming up with targets, you run this pullback right here. I'm seeing 67.50 as a first target. And then up here, this confluence of the next higher level, right up around 170. 1618, along with this 1618 from the bigger move over here, right at 170. That 170 is kind of calling my name. So I'm throwing that in there. Now, I did post a small account challenge video that went up today. If you're not familiar, go to my YouTube, jeffreytrader.com/YouTube. Pop over there. I have a small account challenge. And if you got $50, I can do anything with that. You can check it out and see where I'm putting my small account. I started a $998 account based on my city of Knoxville taxes. And I'm trading them until those taxes are due, and we'll see where I end up. I am down a little bit right now, and I did add that Apple trade into that account this afternoon, right before the close. All right, moving on. Let's pop back up and look at the Russell. The Russell did retrace all the way back down into that channel that it's had. Let's go back to the daily. Get our view back to the way it needs to be. So it did break out, but it's come all the way back down to retest this consolidating wedge from which it broke out from. Holding outside of that, super bullish today. If we start getting a green candle, I may be looking to go long term on IWM. The Russell, like if you're familiar with the S&P 500, the SPY, or the NASDAQ, the QQQs, IWM is the ETF that follows the Russell. So I may be looking, if we get some bullish action here, I may be looking for much higher prices up into, how does this translate on IWM? Let's jump over and look. So we've had this long consolidation right here that brought us down. Same pop out, retest. So this right here can take us up into the 340 area for IWM on the next run. All right. Trading for today is halted on the options because the market's closed. So IWM, if we can get this next breakout going, 340, and that would be a huge move from 230. I mean, that's 100 points, right? I mean, we're talking almost a 50% gain right there, going from 230 to 340. All right, so this opportunity, and this won't happen fast. I mean, it'll take probably 3 to 5 months is my guess based on some of these moves over here. So, all right. Yeah, I mean, other people are saying they use some earlier expirations on Apple. I jumped in today. I started brand new December 23rd. Why December 23rd? It puts me past that regular monthly expiration the week before, and it kind of puts me out there. I like to roll that way. This week it worked out really well on Apple. I had that one from October. I jumped out 1 week past the monthly expiration. The monthly expiration is the third Friday of the month. That's called monthly. And when they first started options, all the only options you had were monthlies. They expired the third Friday of the month. And that's the way it was. So those are the standard options. They still are the standard options. Now, when you look out past, usually there's only 5 weeks of weekly options. When you look out past that 5 weeks, there's monthlies, and then there's what they call leaps, which are long-term equity anticipation products. And those are like January 2022, January 2023, maybe of June, maybe a couple extra ones in there. And soon they'll have 2024s coming out. Those are the long-term anticipation products. I do occasionally invest in those. I have some leaps on stuff like MARA, Mike Alpha Romeo Alpha. So I do believe we have some higher targets to go on Mara. So IWM is the one we can play here. Pop over to oil. Old Biden today mandated a strategic petrol SPR or whatever it is, strategic petroleum release. And he only released 50 million barrels. I mean, excuse me, 50 million barrels is it's like a day and a half of the US demand or something like that. I mean, we're gonna eat that up quick. So it essentially did nothing to help us. Now, where are we on oil? We did pull back pretty significantly, but that still sets us up to run to this higher target before the end of the year. I have a position on UCO from a profit wave report back in July, and it is out to January 2022. So still looking for that rally into the end of the year on oil. And it's still looking pretty good. It did break below that prior low. I wasn't exactly in favor of that happening, but we're coming right back up past, right above that today. If we keep going, yeah, that target's right around 88 right now. And there's an opportunity out there that we could see a super spike, and it could take us up to 100 or higher. But right now, my target's just 88 for now. All right. Gold. I was really hoping we were going to see it just go right on up and retest this 1920 level. We're getting a significant retrace. It looks like it's going to come back and test this downtrend line from which it broke out from. So we had a 1, 2, 3 up, and let's check the proportions on that. Had a 1, 2, 3 up, and we found resistance right at the first move equals the third move. So that right now, that's kind of a corrective pattern. And if we can't hold above these little orange downtrend lines right here, we're going to return to the low. That's something to watch on gold, especially if you're long on gold. Now there is an opportunity. This right here, this chart has a very interesting setup where it's retraced the 618 2 different times. This is a Barrick Mining. This is a gold mining company. They mine physical gold. They've pulled back 618 and 618. This is in Elliott wave speak. It's what we call a 1-2-1-2 setup. A smaller degree on the second one there. So it can do a third or fourth one of these, but as long as it keeps making these higher lows each time, it gets to be a setup for a very, very powerful, fast, swift move to the upside. This right here, hitting the 144 EMA on the daily and pulling back, that is extremely bullish. I would have loved to see it happen in a 5-wave move, but a 1-2-1-2, as long as it holds this 19, let me put the fib on it right here from this low to this high. Yeah, as long as we're holding in this 1923 area right here, and we start moving higher, this can be a very powerful setup on GOLD. And we're only looking at a $19 stock. So you can buy some shares. You can buy some long-term calls. I'm looking for this move. It's probably going to take a lot of 2022 if it gets going. So, all right, Gigi, we'll see you. I'll have it up on YouTube in a little bit. So this is a powerful setup right here for a higher move. And that could, it doesn't have to correspond to gold, but it may very well correspond to bouncing right off this downtrend line and going bullish right here. And this may be the power it needed to push right on through that 1920 resistance level from the prior high back from June on, this is gold futures right here. This physical metal gold. All right, any questions? Moving on. Bitcoin did pull back to that 1272 after it couldn't sustain a move above the 1618. Standard action. It's been consolidating down here for several days now. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days we've been down here, and 7, 8 if you count the tails on the previous two there. So we've been down here for almost 2 weeks, a week and a half. Now, Bitcoin will not stop trading. It won't stop for Thanksgiving. It won't stop for Christmas. It won't stop. Like, this thing goes 24/7. So far in 2021, during holiday weekends, when the markets closed early, if we've had 3-day weekends or whatever, crypto has rallied. Now, I think this is something to keep an eye on this week and see how it behaves, because our holiday this week is not exactly on the weekend. It's like out, it's Thursday and a half day Friday. So it's a whole weird thing, but some people could call it a 4-day weekend. And I know my kids aren't even in school tomorrow, so that's a 5-day weekend. So this thing could be setting up to get some kind of bullish action, since everybody's can't really trade the equities markets. We might be setting up for some bullish action into the weekend. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Holding right here is really bullish for the next leg higher, to somewhat higher targets up around 80,000. This could happen late this year or into the first quarter next year. At least that's what I'm thinking right now on Bitcoin. Ethereum, Ether, however you want to call it, Ethereum, US dollar. It did get a deeper rate chase back to the point from which it made a high back here in September. It retraced all the way back to that level and it's kind of held it for the last, about 8 days, same kind of time frame. It did not get to the 1618 target, so it may find some resistance if it gets, it did have a quite bullish, it's showing some bullish sign here so far late in the day. If it gets breaking higher than this little high right here, then that's probably setting it up to come test this 1618 level around 5150. If it can break right on through, then we may see some higher targets. And right now I'm thinking 8,000 could be the target for Ethereum into the end of the year. It's got some levels it has to clear to get there, but 8,000 is kind of my level. And my stretch goal is about 20,000 on Ethereum. Depending on how their transition to Ethereum 2.0, proof of stake instead of proof of work goes, it could trigger a massive rally or it could trigger a massive drop. I'm really cautious. Depends on if they get everything right or not. So there's a risk there that they mess up. All right, our buddy Doge, still not looking so hot. Just can't get anything bullish going on Doge coin. A lot of people like to look at Cardano, still stuck in that orange consolidation. I mentioned that when we broke below the 144 EMA, it kind of set us up to retest the bottom of this orange zone. So far, it looks like what we're trying to do. Any word on time frame for Ethereum 2.0 is the question in the chat. And they said maybe they're going to implement this EIP proposal, Ethereum enhancement proposal 3554 sometime in December, and maybe push it out to January. So maybe I think January is probably more. They're going to let it go through the holidays before they switch it over. So if I hear anything, I'll be sure to update it on here, let you know. And if you're in crypto power plays, that's the place to be too. I have a brand new thing called Crypto Power Plays. If you're interested in that, I'm on top of all the news and everything, just as it happens. So, all right. Why don't we take a few requests? We got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to do this for today. So how far would I go out for the gold options expiration? I'm thinking 2023 is probably a reasonable play on gold. When I actually do my entry, I'll make sure I talk about it. All right. So silver, I'll pull up silver real quick. And then I see Lucid. So SLV, not SLC. So silver, still having trouble breaking above the 144 EMA on the daily. I mentioned this for a few weeks now. We had resistance here, resistance here. We did break above for a few days and then right back below. The next time we come back above, though, could be quite bullish, and we could see a rally. How big of a rally? Well, let's run at least one fib right here to here. We could see something moving up to the 28 to a new high. New high than a high that we've had for a while. This is only looking at the daily chart, but looking on for a year, this is be higher than we've had since 2014, maybe 2013. So this could be a bullish setup for silver. All right. Lots of stuff scrolling by. All right. If you want to know what is in the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the Dow, Google is your friend there. Dow 100, NASDAQ 100, and ES is 500 different stocks. Some platforms like pop up my Thinkorswim briefly. Let's see. I think it's under charts. No, which one is it? May not have it on here. This thing got hung up here. Help. Nice. There we go. Something's happening. Something's happening. This thing is not clicking where I click. There we go. That's the one I was trying to get to. Very much not clicking where I want it to, though. Marketwatch. So if you have Thinkorswim, head over to Marketwatch, click on this indices, and it's not letting me click on the right thing here. These are all public companies. It's kind of colors it red and green according to what it did today. And you can go under indices up here. And come on, expand out. There we go. There we go. Like the Russell right there, you can see all the Russell components, the Dow components, the NASDAQ components, S&P 100, S&P 500. So if you didn't know that was there, it's a visual thing. You can get the same sort of thing on FinViz, FINVIZ. It's Foxtrot, India, November, Victor, FinViz, Victor, India, Zulu. All right, back over to this. All right, LCID. I'm actually long LCID right at the moment. Went long probably 2 weeks back. Now, I'm looking for it to reach up maybe to this. I actually have some intermediate targets around 70 and 75, and then 95 looks really sweet off of this bigger pullback that it did. So I just have a couple calls. It's not a big position at all. I'm probably going to lose money, so I don't recommend you follow it, but it is holding nicely right here, and I see this possibility for it to pop to 95. All right. I'm holding, I think, a late December call. I'd have to go look it up. All right, ALGN. That one, I don't know. That looks like a setup for a retrace lower. It could hold the 618 retrace right here. If it holds above 626, 624-ish, somewhere in this area, that could be bullish. If it starts breaking through there, it's going to make a lower low. It's going to look something like Yeah, something right back down to the same level it went to there. Maybe slightly lower. All right. Yeah, maybe, Jamie. So the question is, Ethereum 2.0 should answer the transaction fee issues. Maybe. The smart people think it will, but so far, you know, the things they implemented, the burning of the fees, were supposed to start working on those fees, but so far it hadn't proved to do anything except decrease the popularity of Ethereum a little bit. So far it hadn't worked out. Solana, let's see, Sol USD. Check it out on Coinbase. Yeah, so far so good. On the daily, that's just, you know, I don't have enough history to really draw on all the stuff I work with. Based on the last pullback from over here, we came up and hit the 1272, retraced fully back to the prior high, and actually retraced the consolidation there. Let me move the fibs off so we can so I can show you the line here. This line right across these highs. See that right there? Retraced fully. That holding that area and going bullish here. A next breakout higher is going to take us higher, probably to that next fib line, right up around 313. Let me zoom it up right there a little bit. 313, 1618. That's where Sol might be headed. All right. PayPal. All right. That looks like it broke out of the bottom and it's headed lower to me. That one could have a significant retrace based on this move that it's had. So right here, it's run up from this level up here. So we could see a move all the way back into the 140s. Yeah, PayPal could be headed all the way back to here. All right. TLT. All right. I've been talking interchangeably about market roadmap and crypto. Market roadmap usually covers stocks, but it does have a few crypto, and we do touch on crypto here and there. The crypto product is the top cryptos and how they're moving. And if you're interested in that, then Crypto Power Plays. It's a brand new thing in beta. We haven't even fleshed it all out. There's been no promo for it, just a few offers for joining the beta. So if you're interested, I think it's jeffrytrader.com/CPP, Charlie Papa Papa. All right, this thing, it came right up to the top there, couldn't break higher than these prior highs. It's pulled back. So it's looking like, since it's back in between this zone over here, we might be retracing back to the bottom here around 140. I have to see on TLT. Disney did go right down to the 150 zone that I was talking about. And if we get lower than 150, we can see a move back down to the 140s pretty easily. And below that could bring us all the way back to 112. I know my buddy Goose is not going to be happy if we do that. Or 113, I guess that's 113.60. So somewhere around 113, 112, 113. All right. Mara comment. We can talk about Mara briefly. I've been posting this chart to Mara in Discord. So the big thing, zoom it up here, bring it over. It's been holding these lows that we had in October. That to me is super bullish. If we break below there, we're going to quickly return back to about the 40 level and retest this orange consolidation box that we had trouble breaking out of for a while. That's completely reasonable and, you know, not unusual if we do that. So holding these lows from October right here, bullish. If we break back in, get anything that closes lower than these tails we've had so far the last week or so, we could return right back to this orange zone and retest it. All right. So just make sure you know your risk tolerance. All right. Plug did hit a target 1 and retraced quite significantly. This was an echo trade play, and we called the conservative exit. It did retrace back to basically the entry. So if it holds in this area, it keeps a higher low than we've had, which looks super good so far. We could see a run up in these extension targets. And one of the big banks did release a $60 target, which is way up here in this zone. Somewhere up right in there. And that's a pretty significant move. So I'm still holding the December options on that one. All right. BBIG, I did add more BBIG today. This thing filled the gap from August. It had a gap back here, and it pretty much filled that gap back from August. I loaded about 1,600 more shares to my position today. And I don't recommend doing it because I'm probably going to lose money. But it left a gap right here, and I think this thing can fill that gap and get something bullish started. But I may be completely wrong. All right. So we're going to kind of try and start wrapping this thing up today. Sorry, I don't have more time. I usually keep these 30 minutes for the free market analysis. I'm going to jump over here, give y'all a little soft pitch. It's not much, few offers for things, and then we'll talk about a special coming up later this week. So I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining me today. I wanted to let you know about 2 opportunities to join me for trading with low barriers to entry this week. First, if you haven't grabbed your Knoxville radar report, this is, I've got this report I've put out. It's got the special sauce behind my 96% successful trading strategy. 96% of closed trades are winners. And I have a bonus pick in that report. So if you haven't grabbed the report, it's jeffreytrader.com/friends. It's a $4 thing. If you want to grab it right away, just go to jeffreytrader.com/friends. You pick it up, $4. Now, and I want you to walk away really quickly. I want to walk you through the market roadmap. I was touching on this briefly. It's my 90-year-old strategy. There's my strategy using a 90-year-old market technique. I'm all tongue-tied here. And we just renamed it to, it used to be called the Profit Roadmap, and we didn't feel like that was accurate, so we renamed it the Market Roadmap. It's based on a 90-year-old stock market technique, or technique for predicting stock market moves. Members get a ton of training. We've got it pre-recorded, and we're getting ready to do a live class with all the people. So if you want to get in there, and we're going to re-record the classes. So if you want to see the current class before we delete it, you can jump in there. And then we're going to re-record a brand new class with the new name in it. And we get a weekly watch list that's published on Discord and email and the website every week. And then as of last week, you get access to the Discord server where you get to chat with me and see all the extra content channels that we have in Discord. This is just $47 a year. Just one $47 thing gets you a whole year in the Market Roadmap. So if you're wanting to join on it, get in on that. It's jeffreytrader.com/Mike Romeo Mike MRM Market Roadmap MRM Mike Romeo Mike. You can join that. And then, so that's the deals, those 2 things. And then I also wanted to tease that we're going to have a special set of classes that we're going to offer on Black Friday this week. It's going to be a special price, cheaper than we've ever sold anything like this. So make sure you stay tuned to the emails. We're going to pump it out. Maybe I'll put on a crazy shirt when I do the VSL for it, little video that introduces it all to you. So that's coming out on Friday. It'll be available for Black Friday weekend only at the special price. After that, we are for sure 100% going to raise the price. So you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Friday through Cyber Monday to get in on the special price of the classes. And you better hurry, because starting in December, we're going to do the classes, and that's going to be the deal. So JeffryTrader.com/friends to get the Knoxville radar report. Market roadmap, JeffryTrader.com/MRM, Mike Romeo Mike. Or you can call the team and talk to somebody if that just makes you feel better. 855-454-0816. All right. Any final questions before we wrap this sucker up? We'll get the replay posted on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified of more content. And we'll put more content out. Let me know. All right, you got if you're following me and you're a member, jump in Discord if you got questions. So we're going to talk about what the classes are on Friday. I'm not going to spoil it. It's a teaser. You got to come back and see me on Friday. Oh, I'll put a link in Discord. So it'll come out probably early on Friday. It'll be available Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I'll make sure we repost it several times. Maybe I'll throw in a live YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube, JeffryTrader.com/YouTube. Ah, Goose, you know you can ask me what it is. I'll tell you. You know how to ask me later. All right, everybody. I'm gonna wrap this up. I got something to go do. I gotta go stake some houses in the dark. It's dark out there already, so that's always fun working by flashlight. So I'll see everybody later. We'll be back at this next week. I'll have another market appreciation webinar for free. So come see me next week. Bye, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.